I think I can speak for most healthcare organizations when I say that staffing is a constant challenge, especially when it comes to our certified nursing assistants who are faced with the burden of repetitive tasks on a daily basis. I saw SoundMine as an opportunity to lend my staff a helping hand and to reduce that burden of those repetitive tasks. And as for our seniors, it's no secret that across the nation, older adults are faced with feelings of isolation, loneliness, decreased independence, and oftentimes depression. I saw SoundMind as an opportunity to give my seniors a little bit of their independence back and to decrease those feelings of isolation and loneliness. SoundMind centrally manages and customizes voice assistants like the well-known Amazon Alexa in order to increase the quality of care that our residents are receiving, increase the efficiency in our staffing ratios, bring fun back into the aging process, and increase the involvement that our families have in our residents' recovery. SoundMind is a voice-first interface, meaning that all of these devices are controlled by the power of one's voice. This greatly increases the adoption that our seniors have because they're no longer faced with the barriers of technology such as very small screens, very small buttons, or very complex devices. SoundMind gives residents the opportunity to ask voice assistants questions like, what time is my therapy appointment? Who is my social worker today? When can I have my next pain medication? What's on the menu for lunch? And interact with the devices to keep their mind sharp by interacting with applications such as history lessons, audiobooks, and many more. I started working with SoundMind at the end of 2018 after seeing their pilot program at another community in a McKnight's article. They were sort of in a startup mode, so I immediately felt that their responsiveness and their ability to customize the program to my community's needs went unmatched compared to any other company that was doing similar services. I also saw that their devices were completely HIPAA compliant. It was really important to me and to my community that all the residents' information that was either inputted into the resident portal or overheard by these Amazon Alexa devices was totally protected. They protect all of the information by masking any identifiers that go into the Amazon cloud. So in January 2019, we employed 25 Echo devices into the Birches at Trillium Woods, an owned and managed LCS community. Majority of these devices went into our transitional care unit. A handful of them went into our long-term care unit, and the integration process was much simpler than to be expected. SoundMind takes a lot of the back-end work off of our hands, which I'm sure most of you can appreciate. They are a total plug-and-play solution. They purchase the devices for you, they set them up remotely, and then they ship them to your front door. So when they arrive, all you have to do is choose which rooms they're going to go into, and then plug them into each of the rooms. Along with the devices, they also set up a resident portal for you, as you'll see on the screen. Once the devices, you've chosen which rooms they're going to go into, you create a profile for each of your residents. This contains their general information, their interests, their emergency contacts, their care plan, and then any of their personal appointments. Along with their personal profiles, the portal also contains any of your community information. So any of those monthly menus, the monthly activity calendars, the care plan schedule for the month. And then it also tracks all of your analytical data so you can see how the devices are being used throughout your community. And how about training? So it was really important to me that before the devices even got to the floor, my staff and my residents knew how to interact with the devices, so it was a very smooth implementation. SoundMind was able to offer us webinars until we felt totally comfortable using the devices, and then this summer, before a rather large update was sent out, they were able to send a representative out to the community and do some in-person training with our staff. Back to the piece of customization. We found that we were spending more than 30 hours each month inputting residents' personal therapy times and personal medical appointments into the portal. SoundMind created us a Dropbox where we're now able to upload an Excel sheet with all the residents' medical appointments, and they're automatically populated into each of the resident profiles. I would say that our staff's favorite part about these devices is that they are completely hands-free. Staff can go about their day-to-day cares and their day-to-day tasks, whether it's providing morning cares and can relax residents by playing their favorite music, or interact with the residents by having Alexa tell them a joke. It's definitely their favorite part. I would say that our family's favorite part about interacting with the devices is the capability to send text messages from the device to any of the residents' emergency contacts. The resident does not have to have a mobile device of their own. All they have to do is ask Alexa to update their status, and a message is sent to any of the contacts that are in the resident's profile. In our memory care unit, we have an Amazon Echo Show, which is one of the devices with the screen. This Echo Show has the capability to share photos and video chat with any of the residents' emergency contacts that has a smartphone. So whether the resident can video chat into their grandchild's graduation or receive photos from their family's vacation, it's really created a stronger bond between the family and the resident. Along with all of the SoundMind capabilities, the Alexa also contains all of the pre-programmed innate Amazon Alexa skills. So all of those applications like TED Talks and Jeopardy and This Day in History, those all remain on the device for the resident to use if they so choose. One of the newest updates is request routing. So similar to your work order system. A resident or staff member is now able to submit work orders that can be directly populated to the department specific. So if a resident drops a cup of coffee on the floor and they need a janitor to come help them clean it up, they can say, Alexa, I need something, and a request can be sent to the housekeeping department. SoundMind is also creating voice-first TVs. So for those residents who are no longer able to use the remote to turn on the TV, change the channel, turn up the volume, they can simply use their voice. This greatly reduces the burden on staff because residents no longer have to rely on the staff to come turn on their TV or change the channel. How is the adoption? SoundMind has seen in some communities an adoption rate as high as 95%. And they're seeing when the SoundMind capabilities are installed on these devices, the adoption is 5 times more than when you just order the regular Amazon Alexa device. At Trillium Woods, I can definitely say that it's created stronger bonds between the staff and the residents, and both parties have really enjoyed working with the devices. Back to those feelings of isolation, loneliness, and depression, SoundMind did a study over a 6-month period of time, and they saw a 44% reduction in depression. Now, for something that is so popular over the entire country, this is something awesome. SoundMind is in assisted living communities, skilled nursing facilities, and memory care units, and by the end of the year, they're hoping to be in independent living communities as well.